We are really excited to be welcoming you all back for a brand new school year next week, particularly those of you that are starting with us for new in reception or in other year groups. We wanted to make a video to show you some of the changes and tweaks we've made around school to keep everybody as safe as can be. We have got one-way systems in place at all of the 3 sites, and we've asked for staggered times for you to drop off the children, so that if your surname begins with the letters A through to K, we'd like you to drop off between 8:30 and 8:45. Between L and Z, we'd like you to drop off between 8:45 and 9. If those timings don't work for you, particularly if you're dropping at more than one site, it's fine to drop off outside of your window. When you arrive in the morning, you'll need to queue using the blue footprints down the drive. The footprints are to help you stay socially distanced from other families, and you'll head down towards the gate where staff will be there to meet you. So once you get through the gate and you get to this area, there'll be lots of staff on hand and there'll be lots of signs to show your child which entrance to use to get to their classroom and their bubble group. Parents, you will follow the blue footprints, which will lead you just in between the 2 classroom and the hall, and back out through the car park and up again through the drive. We know that lots of you, especially those of you with the little ones, are concerned about dropping your child off and not being able to go into class with them, and we completely understand that. There will be lots of staff around, and we will do our very best to help and support. Make sure your child has a really settled, happy start to the day before you leave. So when the children were in June, they took their coats and bags and things into the classroom and kept them under their individual desk. But when we reopen next week, the cloakrooms will be back in use. Teachers will supervise the use of cloakrooms and manage them so that the children aren't all in them at the same time. And obviously staggered starts and ends of days will help with that too. But each child will have a normal named peg that they can keep their things on, including their PE kit. Each bubble group has an allocated toilet and an allocated hand washing area, and teachers will facilitate them to go to toilets one at a time, although there are footprints also marked outside each of the toilet blocks to mean that children can wait outside if they need to. One of our focuses with the children will continue to be hygiene, and around the school on all 3 sites we have lots of antibacterial hand sanitising stations, lots like this which are automatic and mean the children can quickly and easily antibac their hands as they come in and out of classroom. We also have some wall mounted ones around the school as well. On top of that, each bubble group has an allocated hand washing station which is either inside their classroom or directly outside their classroom. And on top of that, we'll be reminding children to use tissues if they need to sneeze or cough, and things like coughing into the crook of their arm, as I'm sure you've been encouraging them to do at home as well. We've also increased the number of cleaning hours across the school to help hygiene stay top of our agenda. So inside the classrooms looks a little bit different to usual and a little bit different to June for those of you that were back for the summer term. Because the requirement on social distancing within bubbles has loosened a little, we are able to have children sitting next to somebody else from their group now. The advice says that they should be front facing wherever possible, so you'll notice that lots of the classrooms are set up with rows like this or with some kind of horseshoe arrangements as well. Within the classroom, each child will have an allocated seat that they stay at during the day, and we're providing each child with a stationery kit from school. So you don't need to send in any stationery or pencil cases from home. In fact, we're asking you to continue to limit as much as possible the things that are travelling between school and home. That said, the children will need a named water bottle in school every day that they're able to refill here, and they will need to bring their PE kit with them. In class, we'll be returning to the full curriculum after those initial few days of setting the classroom rules and revisiting our vision and settling everybody in. We will return to the normal full curriculum. For our nursery children and the reception children and our year 1 children for the start of the year, we know that sitting in rows is probably not going to work and is not going to fit with the curriculum that we offer them. So the classrooms are set up differently for our early years children, and they do allow children to group together but in socially distanced ways. We've used things like coloured dots on the carpet to support them to stand spaced out from each other. But lots of the areas will be set up just as they normally would to facilitate them to have access to their 7 areas of learning as they need to. At Manston Avenue and Vicarage Road, all of the children will eat lunch in the hall, regardless of whether they're packed lunches or school dinners. We've used staggered times to mean that the children can stay together in their class bubbles. And they'll have sections of the lunch break where their bubble group is playing outside and sections of time where they're eating in the hall. And in between different bubbles, using tables and chairs, they'll be cleaned thoroughly. It remains really important to us that the children have lots of chance to play outside, get some fresh air and have fun with their friends. So each bubble group has got an allocated area to play in, and they will be able to play really naturally and normally with the children in their bubble, because we don't have to be quite so stringent on social distancing within bubbles. What they can't do is play with children from other class groups at the moment. We'll keep that under close review, of course, and we'll follow all the national and local guidance if that changes. Each bubble group will be given some equipment to help them play positively, really creative, imaginative games. When you come to collect your child at the end of the day, we're asking that you follow the same one-way system down the drive. There are staggered timings for the end of the day as well, so if your surname begins between the letters A and K, we're asking you to collect your child between 3 and 3:10, between L and Z between 3:10 and 3:20. Obviously, if those timings don't work for you, then you can collect in the opposite window, and we would always recommend, if you're collecting from an infant site and Walbrook Road, that you collect your infant child first. You'll come into the playground and class teachers will dismiss your child to you, and you'll follow the footprints again out through the site. So we know that you'll be feeling a whole mixture of different things about coming back to school, the children and you as parents as well. Hopefully a mix of excited, but also there'll be some nerves and some anxiety, and we're very, very aware that for some of the children it has been 5 months since they were last in school, and it's really normal to wonder about the changes and what things are going to be like. I really hope this video has helped to reassure you and helped you to see that everything is being really carefully thought through and really well managed. And as much as, yes, there will be things that have changed, there'll be lots that's the same as always. You'll still have all the same fun with your friends, you'll still have all the same care and concern from your teachers and other staff in the classroom, and we'll still have all the same adventures with your learning. If you have any concerns as a parent, or if your child is worried about anything, there is a form that was emailed through to you on Thursday, where you are welcome to share those with us so that we can help to reassure. Or, as always, you can contact us through the admin email address, and we'll try and get back to you to reassure you in the meantime. If we don't hear from you, we very much look forward to seeing you on Monday the 7th of September. Enjoy the last few days of your summer. Thank you.